And we look at the exterior of the beautiful Fontainebleau here in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is playing host to a big main event. Big in every way. The implications in the heavyweight title picture and the measurables you see in front of you. You see the 79-inch reach of Lenier Pero. That will be necessary to keep the 305-pound frame of Big Baby Miller off of him. The WBA heavyweight title eliminator is ready to go.
Let's go, gentlemen. Coach, can I have you on the other side? Other side, back up, Jarrell. Gentlemen, you both got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Touch them up, back to your corner.
Round one underway. This one's scheduled for 12. Straight left hand here in the early going from Lenier Pero.
Yeah, first two shots from Lenier Pero are body shots. That's something that has been a point of emphasis since he started working with Bob Santos. Become a better body puncher. He already had the skills from his Cuban pedigree all his time in the amateur ranks, but he has been teaching him to sit down those punches and aim downstairs to the body. And as you can see, even at 305, a lot of real estate to work with Jarrell Miller.
Both these fighters are excellent body punchers, but I would think the faster hands and maybe the better body punching is with Pero. But Miller, excellent uppercuts. So once he gets on the inside, look for the uppercuts from Miller, and on the outside, look for that jab to control the action, the distance and range for Lenier Pero.
They're sneaking in some jabs there.
Yeah, he's pawing at the gloves of Pero. He's not really looking to land that shot. He's looking to get a reaction, a counter from Pero before he can come back with something.
Big heavy left hand there from Pero.
And he definitely came back with something there. Left hook, one of his best shots. That left hand around the guard.
Yeah, I think Miller's been pretty dismissive of the power of Lenier Pero, but 8 knockouts in 13 fights, that's not nothing. And he's got some good wins. Victor Faust was a solid come-from-behind knockout win for Lenier Pero.
Pero's power comes behind speed. That's what it is. He'll catch you off guard. He's a big man, but he relies on speed.
The big difference is how often Pero targets the body.
Exactly, and that's his MO. Good body shot there by Pero, even though Miller landed a good left hook.
This is what opponents have found tricky with Pero. It's the power, but also that frame guard. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Right now, he is landing some heavy left hands.
Now, Jarrell Miller has kind of shook his head and smiled off a couple of these headshots, but they've had an impact. He's been buckled a couple of times by those right hands.
Round 3 underway. Excellent early returns from Lenier Pero. He just landed a wicked left hand again in the opening 5 seconds of the round. And this is more of the bulldozer technique.
Pull the arm out, pull it out.
From Big Baby Miller, using that 305-pound frame to lean on Pero.
Can't pull down on the head, punch up, all right? Go.
And that's a fight that I expect him to be successful in, where he uses his body, use your size, use that 50-pound advantage.
Straight back, straight back. Let's go.
Miller trying to swim his way to the inside, finding a path for an uppercut there.
Good shot.
Work here from Miller.
Miller's doing a good job.
The ropes.
Miller's doing a good job swiveling under and getting the body shots. Head movement is actually pretty good here on Big Baby. You got to make it physical, stay on the inside, and don't let Pero get you on the outside with the slightly quicker hands.
Miller now wailing away, big sweeping hooks. Pero getting underneath, but he gets clipped with that right hand.
Big Baby punching offensively, but minding his defense. Notice every time he throws 3-4 punches, he dips under. He's expecting the punches coming back from Pero. There you go. See stuff like that. Punch, dip. You can be an offensive machine and still mind your defense.
First 2 rounds, he stayed moving. He landed his shots, got in, got out, outboxed Jarrell Miller. The last 2, he's just hanging against the ropes, letting Jarrell Miller put pressure. That is not the way to win the fight if you're Lenier Pero. Pero 38-38 on my scorecard.
Pero doing some good work here on the inside, but again, if these are 50-50 exchanges, let's say, the optics are in favor of Miller.
Big Baby Miller just looked at me and gave me a nod. And I gotta agree right now. I love what I'm seeing from Miller. I mean, this is what happens when a fighter's back against the ropes. When he has a last chance, when everyone gave up on him, he's gonna to show you his best because the hunger comes back out.
Triple right hand there from Miller. Miller giving his own commentary track on this fight. Nice response there from Pero, but Miller just keeps barking at him and dragging him into a dogfight.
All right, stop. Jarrell, don't do that, all right? Guys, enough yapping. Let's fight. Go.
See the CompuBox punch totals, 369 for Big Baby Miller, but Pero outlanding him through 5 rounds according to CompuBox.
Yeah, I think those numbers, though, are probably more about the first couple of rounds when Lenier Pero was far more accurate. Over the last 3, Jarrell Miller's done a pretty good job controlling this fight.
Pero is looking absolutely exhausted right now. Mouth hanging open. He's still finding it within himself to land good shots. But there is a lot of time left to deal with this.
And that's what makes Miller dangerous. He's athletic with his feet, he's quick with his hands, but he can take a big shot as well. Anytime Lenier Pero lands a solid shot, even if it's 2 in a row, Miller eats him up like Pac-Man and comes right back.
Don't ease ahead, Jarrell.
Miller just chipping away. Pero trying to find any space at all to measure Miller for that left hand.
There's an opening for a right hook from Pero. It's a corkscrew right hook, but he has to go from the top to the bottom. And right now, I think he's a little bit too tired.
And heavy right hand over the top there from Miller as he winds up with another one.
And Miller talking to the audience, saying, watch this, and coming back with an onslaught.
Well, he's talking directly to Eddie Hearn, who's sitting ringside.
You know, in a back and forth seesaw type fight, judges like the guy that's coming forward. You know, the cleaner puncher is probably Pero, but the more dominant puncher, the active puncher, I gotta say that's Miller.
Boy, these are career-shortening type of fights as they bang away right to the bell.
Wow. Let's go, gentlemen.
On the inside, making it physical, uppercuts and body shots. One man imposing his will, the other man tried to box early, but he was forced to fight on the inside by the bigger man, by Big Baby Miller.
To beat Jarrell Miller, you've got to be in shape. You've got to be able to move. I don't think the formula's that complicated, but Lenier Pero, in my opinion, did not come into this fight in the kind of shape you need to be to win it.
Final 10 seconds as they bang away to the final bell.
Bravo, boys. Bravo. That was fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here in Las Vegas, Nevada, we go to the judges' scorecards. David Sutherland and Steve Weisfeld both scored this bout 117 to 111. Tim Cheatham, 115, 113. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, Jarrell.